Hey guys, it's Jeremy here at My Way MFG. Let's do a little more work to Eliza today. See if we can get more done with them floors. Figure all that out, you know? That'd be good, right? This was the floor pan paper pattern that I made for the other side. I just went over and tried it in the car, and it was pretty good. It fit fairly well on the driver's side too, so I got this marked out. I'm gonna cut it, and it should put me in the vicinity to where I can start trimming it back and bending it and doing stuff with it. But yeah, I'm gonna get this cut out and start forming it. Got that roughly cut out, driver's side. Make some marks, make some bends. See what happens. Hey guys, I'm back over at my place. Sheet metal brakes here. I think I have everything else I need over there. So this should be the only time I have to run back here is sheet metal brake. So I'm gonna get this bent. Hopefully I get it bent closely. And then I'll go back over there and see what we can do. I just placed it alongside the other one. I got the bend about the same, so hopefully that's right. This side here is a little more complicated because I got pedals that's got to come through. So I got to get those holes in the right place. And so far I've just kind of traced this out on there. I think I'll go ahead and try to get them holes cut in, and hopefully they're right. If they're not, I guess I'll just have to slot them or work with them until they are. But yeah, I can do whatever I need to up in there. This hole saw here, it's a little bit bigger, pretty close. But that might be to my advantage. I'm gonna go with it. Now let's finish up on this side over here. This is all looking just about the way I want it. I'm gonna take a wire wheel and get this all cleaned off. It's got a little rusty from pressure washing it yesterday. I gotta finish this weld down through here, make a piece to go right there. Finish welding down through here and here, and then just kind of fill in all my pinholes and grind all this down. And then I think I'll shoot a coat of primer on it. I want to keep the primer off of this right here. Well, I might go ahead and prime it, but I'm going to have some plug welds there, so I'll have to take a little deburring wheel and clean up where my spot welds are going to be. And the same up there. As far as access here, I think I can get by with this floor pan. This is going to be clear up to here, so this bolt will be easy to get to. Nothing in here I need to get to. I'm just going to make this center removable. As far as this toe board goes, I don't see why it would need to be removable. Same with the other side. All that stuff it looks like I could get to from from underneath. And you know, if you buy the new floor pans for this, you know, the ones they sell, they come with the toe boards made on them to weld in. They eliminate the wood toe boards on the aftermarket floor pans, which is the exact same thing I'm doing. The only thing I was doing different, I was going to weld the hump on, and I'm no longer doing that. I am going to make a removable transmission hump. But anyway, let me get this cleaned up now. I have no air pressure. I don't know if I just need to pump up or if the regulator's too low. I'm gonna go check that regulator. That's not the way that should sound with 150 PSI of air pressure on it. Something's going on with this grinder or something. I had some pinholes there I just filled in. With the metal on this car, I'm having pretty good luck doing that. I can usually weld them shut without it burning through, which is good. I've just cut this little sliver right here to take care of that gap down there. I'll get that all welded in there solid, and then we'll grind all this off and look it over and see if there's any more we need to do. If not, we'll hit her with some primer. Alright guys, I got that ground down. That's what that's looking like over there. I don't know if you can see it good. I could keep grinding and welding on it and get it better, but at this point, it's strong. That's all I was after. I think if I was just keep working on it, I'd just be making it look better for the camera, you know. It's gonna get covered up anyway, so we're gonna call that good enough. I'm gonna get a little primer on there here in a bit and hit the rest of that stuff with some of that rust converter. Let that set overnight. I've started fitting this in here. This is my initial fit. I just dropped it in. I haven't even looked it over yet. We'll try to get this fitting good today if we can. Maybe we'll roll some beads in it. And then we'll have both of them ready to go. Still gotta weld up this post and stuff. That'll probably take me a whole day to do that. That one did, you know, off and on, but I would have had a day in that. So anyway, catch you in a bit. This is pretty much where it needs to be, along this edge and along the top. This pedal might be rubbing just a little. I guess maybe it ain't. It's a little tight at the top of that hole. That all looks good right there. Right there. Down in here, you know, after I get the structure rebuilt, that's all gonna work out. Back in there, around the A-pillar once again, after I get the structure built, that'll work out. I'm real good at this edge. I'm pretty good over here. I might have to trim this back just a little bit so it lays down flatter right there. Right up in here, I'm overhanging quite a bit. So I'm gonna scribe this line in. I'm gonna figure out where the access is for that master cylinder, mark that. test fit this again, and then I think I could probably get it ready to bead roll. If you guys watched the very first video when I started taking the seats out of this car, I said I was gonna cut the floor right in front of these bolts here and put a new floor from here forward. So as you can see, I'm a little short there. Let's check it. Would probably have needed about another 9 inches of floor, you know, to get to here. But as I look at it, this floor through here, I'll take a wire wheel to clean it up, but it looks pretty good. I think all I really got to do is make a patch right here at this outer, right by the sill, and go back as far as I need to. And that's all flat. I could easily make it as long as I want, really. And over here, it's probably going to be much of the same. I don't know if the floor pan is quite long enough to cover up this bad area here. But see, that's flat starting right there. So once again, I can go back as far as I want. And that side's actually a little better as you go back. Really, all I'm going to need is right here on the flat, and maybe a little bit right there, but then again, this might cover it. So yeah, that's where we're at. I left a primer and rust converter and all that at the other house. I think I'm gonna go get that so I can get all this kind of sprayed down and getting set up. I'm gonna start marking and cutting on this a little more, and maybe we can get this bead rolled. I'm gonna drop the other floor pan in real quick just so I can see them both in together and see how that looks. I think it'll kind of give me an idea what the tunnel's gonna involve. This tunnel starts to roll up about right here. So neither one of these corners are sitting quite flat on the floor. I'm thinking if I cut that back, about like that on each side. Whatever that measurement is, make it again up here. So this tunnel is straight, probably right up over that speedometer drive. Maybe I'll end it right before the speedometer drive. That might be hard to get that off if you had to. Probably build my tunnel solid right up to here. Just off these marks, and then figure out what I got to make to do this. And I didn't cut this like this. Well, I did, but it was in the piece that I cut out. I just didn't want to waste it. I thought I could do something with it later. That jagged edge was there when I marked the piece. But anyway, I was going to be wasting like 1.5 inches of metal all the way down the side if I... But I think it's going to get trimmed off anyway. So see what we can do here. Okay, I took a straight edge and I marked those 2 lines. That should give me a straight tunnel right up to that speedometer drive. And then we'll get that cut. We'll get that scribed over there where it's hanging off. Probably bead roll this. Get the hole cut for the master cylinder. Get some primer, rust converter, and everything sprayed on that. And then take these back out of here. And then I think the next step will be getting this all welded up to mimic that. And then these can go down. I think the first part of the tunnel is going to be real easy for me. I think I can do that pretty easily, the whole thing, actually. I'll make it in 3 pieces. I'll have a piece coming to here that'll just be a hump with probably a flange on it. The next one will be a hump that comes up a little bit with a flange on it that I can bolt down with probably some self-tappers, big self-tappers. And then up here will just kind of be a plate going straight across, probably. Might have a little bit of a kick out in it. I got that floor pan all squared off across the back. Got both edges trimmed. What I'm doing now, I'm getting ready to do the same thing on this one. Got a line here, a line here. I've already trimmed this edge. So I get these two edges, check this fitment one more time. Might be ready to start bead rolling some stuff. Probably mark the master cylinder first so I don't get a bead in the way of the master cylinder hole. But anyway, get you back in here in a minute. All right, got the hole there for my master cylinder cap. It's right there where it's supposed to be. So I think the next step is to get some lines marked up on this so I can bead roll it. All right, guys, I got that floor pan all marked out and ready for the bead rolls, but I look around, I can't find Colton. I need him to turn the crank, you know? So anyway, I think I'm gonna call it for today. I'll try to get back over here one more time and get something done before Saturday so we can add it to this video. Anyway, I think that's where we're gonna leave it for today, but it sure is nice to see this after all the trouble we went through. You know, those doors were a mess. This one still is. It shuts good though, but I've got a lot of work to do to it before I can call it good. But, yeah, we got something binding up. Can of primer. There's the marks on that other floor pan. It's all ready to go. I got primer down in there. Now I'm hitting a hammer. I was gonna show you all how good the door's shut and I got a bunch of stuff out of the way. There's my real glasses. I'm gonna need them. I wear these readers while I'm welding. I can see better. Okay, now let's try it. Oh, not too good. Hanging down a little bit for some reason. Yeah, it's the corner of that door. See, I still got a problem down there. I get that all fixed, it'll be all right. At least it shuts. This door here. I don't know. We'll just see what happens with it. Yeah, that's all we can do. The door's a mess. All of that warm weather we had yesterday, me out there pressure washing the car and all that, it wasn't really that bad. It was almost 50 degrees, kind of sunny out. Today, it's 35, and I am freezing my ass off. 35 is still pretty good for January in Illinois. Illinois winters can be bad, especially January. But 35 ain't bad, but the wind is blowing today. And man, it just cuts right through you. If you was out there trying to pressure wash today, you would freeze to death. But anyway, well, we're over halfway through January now, so it hadn't been that bad. Anyway, catch you tomorrow, guys. There we have it, floor pan number 2. So, I'm gonna go home, been working all day. I'm gonna get cleaned up. Next round out here, I'm gonna start fixing this A-pillar. This one's all done, I got primer on it. And then, yeah, go from there. Hey, it's Jeremy. It's Saturday morning. I'm gonna try to get a little more footage added to this video before I put it out today, I hope. I'm back over here at My Way MFG West Side facility here in North America. I had my chief scientists and physicists and engineers look at the A-pillar I done on the other side, and they concurred that it's going to be strong enough. So we're going to try to do the same thing here on the other side. The chief engineer, Bubba, he signed off on it. So we're going to get started on the next one. Call this good for now, guys. I got that all welded in there. Welded into that new lower piece I put on several videos ago. Tack welded onto the hinge. Got a weld going across the top. It's clamped in tight. And then I've welded up all these cracks and pinholes that was up in here. So let's start making that other piece for the flat spot. You can keep welding and grinding on that stuff, but you get to a certain point to where it's like, you know, I could keep going like this forever. That's gonna be good enough. I can get a skimmer or fiberglass over that, you know, smooth it out with some Bondo, paint the door jamb, make it look nice, as long as those cracks don't come back. They say when you have a stress crack like that, you should drill a hole at the end of the crack and then weld it up, and that will keep it from continuing to crack. Well, I didn't do that, and I guess the reason why is because it wasn't just a crack, it was also thin and rusty. And if I drilled the hole there, then it's just a hole I gotta weld up. And you're having kind of a difficult time with it anyway. I don't wanna deal with another hole. So hopefully that'll not crack again. We'll just see. So anyway, let's start making a pattern. Get this other piece kind of laid in there. Okay, here's where we're at now, guys. I got this piece cut. It's all fitted. I've cleaned that up a little bit. Hopefully it's clean enough I can get a weld on it. I've cut out most of the jagged stuff. You know, in a deal like this, you know, where everything's rusty, where do you stop cutting out the rust? You know, well, you got to stop somewhere. And we're not trying to build a chip-foos car here. We're just trying to make a nice car. So what I do, if it's jagged, rusty, it's going to be falling out of there. I'll get to this later. If it's going to be falling out of there, cut it out. I mean, like down in here, we've got this all squared off nice. The stuff that's remaining isn't going anywhere. You know, over the years, I've done a lot more work on buildings. It's kind of how I've made my living. I'm a plumbing contractor, but I've also done a lot of work on buildings. And it's the same approach I take on an old rotten building. If I'm driving a nail in a board or putting a screw in and it's holding tight, then that's still a good board. If you go to put a nail or a screw in a board and it feels like you're running it into a sponge, then take it out and put it in a different board. But if it's still solid, leave it. Otherwise, if you try to take out everything that looks bad, you might as well build a whole new building. The same applies here. If I take out everything that looks bad, well, I might as well build a whole new car. So if it's solid, if it's not gonna fall out, this has lasted 80 years in this condition. It ain't gonna fall out if it ain't gonna fall out. So leave what you can, take out what you have to. But I'm gonna get this fitted in here and yeah, get some tack welds on it. See what we need for the next piece. Okay. This part here is kind of fun. I went through it on the other side. I got this rubber laying right underneath this, and I'm welding this right into the side of this, so it's flush. And with every weld you make, the rubber wants to burn. So it was a bit time consuming welding and then blowing it out. But let's get started here and see what we can do. Gonna get this cut out on some metal. All right, guys. I got some more of the rust cut out of there. Once again, I didn't go overboard. I just got out the real jagged, thin stuff, you know. I got this piece here cut. It's gonna go. Let me see here. Piece is going to go in there like that. I guess it'll stay there. Then I'll have one more piece to make here. It'll be an angle coming down the side and catching the floorboard. Oh, and then I got one to wrap around the back side of this too. So that'll be done in what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. But yeah, that's going to work out pretty good. Make everything pretty strong again, I think. And that looks to me like a real good place to hit with some of that rust converter, though. So I'm going to spray that down, wire wheel this off just a little more, spray it down with some rust converter, and then I'll probably leave this set. I'll get this welded in on the next round. But I want to get this video out today, and I had better start editing and stuff if I'm going to do that. So anyway, guys, we got that side. I think I might be doing this side a little better. But anyway, both sides should be pretty strong. They're done about the same. It's just I had some small pieces on this side that I had to put in after the fact, and on this side I'm trying to get it more in, you know, like by adding that down there and stuff. I'm trying to get it more into one, you know. But that being said, I got a gap there, but the floorboard will come up over that, I think. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna get cleaned up here and try to get this video out. I want to thank everybody for watching these videos and subscribing and pushing the like button and comments and all that. I think those likes and comments and stuff really help with the YouTube algorithms. And my videos are doing pretty good. I mean, you know, compared to some of the big channels, they're not, but compared to some of the small channels, they are. So, yeah, it makes me want to keep doing them. And I enjoy doing them. Man, these guys that work full-time and do this YouTube stuff, it's kind of a grind, you know? Yeah, but anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and Eliza's getting a little closer, and I think on the next round, we probably be ready to put the floorboards in. So, get them floorboards in, get that tunnel figured out and made. I got some patching and stuff to do on the dash and that. As soon as that welding's done, I'm going to start doing body work on the interior and get some paint on it. Then we can get the glass in it and the wiring in it. And, man, spring rolls around, we just start her up and drive, you know. Start her up and drive. That's my plan. And we're going to film all that, too. If this car's running and driving good, you might see us going everywhere. I'm not kidding. But anyway, thanks, guys. Catch you later.